Hello everyone. Once again I am here to discuss the remaining part of rearrangement reactions. I repeat here that this topic is useful for the students of MSc semester 4. So in our previous video lecture we already discussed about three rearrangement reactions, that is Reformatsky, Pinacol-Pinacolon and benzidine rearrangement reactions. So today we discuss the remaining rearrangement reactions. So let's go for it. Today we discuss the three benzylic acid rearrangement. Second one is Mannich rearrangement and the last one is Hofmann rearrangement reaction. So without wasting time, let's go for the first one, benzylic acid rearrangement. The condensation process of benzaldehyde with cyanide ion, this condensation is known as benzoin condensation, yields formation of benzoin. 2-hydroxy ketone named benzoin results the formation of diketone which is known as benzyl. Now the benzyl in presence of base undergo rearrangement reaction and give alpha hydroxy acid called benzylic acid. So let's go for the mechanism. Here first the overall reaction is given in this mechanism as you can see in this slide. Yes, the benzoin in presence of HNO3, it will convert into the benzyl after oxidation process and then react with OH minus, it will convert into benzylic acid salt. So let's understand the mechanism. Here you can see step 1, attack of nucleophilic, here any base OH minus. So attack of nucleophilic on carbonyl carbon of benzyl, as you can see in this mechanism, the OH minus nucleophile will attack on the carbonyl carbon and the oxygen of carbonyl group become a negatively charged, as you can see here. So this is about the step 1. Now in step 2. In step 2, migration of phenyl group to carbonyl group. In this step of mechanism, the phenyl group along with its shared electron pair migrates to the carbonyl carbon. Why it migrates? So the answer is here, the carbonyl oxygen atom having negatively charged will trying to form a bond between carbon and oxygen, and that's why the valency of carbon atom becomes 5, which is unstable in nature, and it's trying to be a breakage of this bond and get stable structure. That's why the phenyl will migrates. In this step, this step is very slow and it's also a rate determining step. After migration of phenyl group, the electrons of carbonyl will migrate to the oxygen atom and it will become a negatively charged. In the last step, addition of H plus going to take place and we will get alpha hydroxy acid or alpha hydroxy acid salt, which is known as benzylic rearrangement, which is known as benzylic acid, and that's why this rearrangement is known as benzyl to benzylic acid rearrangement, because the starting material is known as benzyl and the last product we got is known as benzylic acid. So very simple mechanism of benzylic acid rearrangement. Hope you understand very well. Let's go for the second one, and that is Mannich rearrangement. Here the ketones and aldehydes containing alpha hydrogen undergo condensation process with formaldehyde and ammonia, maybe its primary or a secondary amine, to produce beta amino carbonyl compounds. This process of condensation is known as manage rearrangement or a manage reaction. So let's go for the mechanism. Here the overall reaction is given. The reaction among propanol, formaldehyde and methenamine, we will get beta amino aldehyde as a product after mechanism. Second example is given here, ketone, our starting material, here propanone plus formaldehyde and dimethylamine gives beta amino ketone as a product. Now go for the mechanism. This is a overall reaction, okay? Here the stepwise mechanism, as you can see in this slide, this mechanism is base catalyzed mechanism. Step 1. So in first step, the base will abstract H plus and formation of CH2 minus is going to take place, which is known as carbanion. Here the carbanion is RCOCH2 minus, as you can see here, carbanion. Now step 2, the formaldehyde and amine react with each other and the carbonyl group break the bond between carbon oxygen and hydrogen of amino group will attach with the oxygen and become a OH, hydroxyl group. The remaining amino group attack with carbonyl carbon, and at the last formation of OHCH2NR2 occurs, as you can see in this step 2, the formation of OHCH2NR2. The last step is step 3. In last step, the carbanion of step 1. Which one is carbanion? The RCOCH2 minus. This is the carbanion of step 1. It will react with the OHCH2NR2 group. The carbanion CH2 minus attack on the carbon which is attached to the OH group, and after removal of OH minus we will get the product RCOCH2CH2NR2. Here the formation of carbon-carbon bond going to take place. So managed reaction or a managed rearrangement is a simple and addition reaction of any aldehyde or a ketone in presence of amine and formaldehyde. So this is all about managed rearrangement and its mechanism. Let's go for the third one, Hofmann rearrangement reaction. So the Hofmann rearrangement is used for the conversion of amides to amine, CONH2 group to NH2 group. Okay. The amides on treatment with bromine in alkaline medium results in the formation of primary amines. An important characteristic of this reaction is that an amine will one less carbon to those in the amide is formed. Okay, which means we get the amine after this Hofmann rearrangement will always having one less carbon atom as compared to the starting material amides. So let's go for the reactions. Here the overall reaction is given. The conversion of amide to amine, you can see the first reaction RCONH2 in presence of Br2 and KOH, it will give RNH2 K3CO3 K2CO3 plus 2 KBr plus 2 water molecule. The next is ethanamide and the third one is propanamide. Here in these three example you noticed something, and that is, you can see after seeing this example we can say that the Hofmann reaction we will get amine from amides, but the amine is having one less carbon atom as compared to the starting material amides. Okay, So let's go for the mechanism. Here step 1. Step 1 is reaction with bromine and formation of N-bromoamide. The formation of N-bromoamide. Okay, formation of N-bromoamide. Here the starting material CH3CH2CONH2 in presence of Br2 gives CH3CH2CONHBr with removal of HBr molecule. Here the Br2, the Br is attached with the nitrogen and the remaining Br it will removed in form of HBr. Go for the next step, and that is 1,2 migration of alkyl group in alkaline medium or a basic medium, formation of isocyanate intermediate. Here OH minus will abstract H plus from N-bromoamide group, and that's why the nitrogen become a negatively charged having lone pair of electrons. Now the removal of Br minus is going to take place and we will get the acyl nitrene. It's CH3CH2 C double bond O N. This is known as acyl nitrene, as you can see in this given mechanism, in which the CH2CH3 group, migrates to nitrogen atom and form CH3CH2N double bond C double bond O, which is known as isocyanate intermediate. It's OCnCH2CH3. Okay. Now go for the next step, step 3. In the third step or last step, the hydrolysis of isocyanate intermediate results in the formation of carbamic acid. Hydrolysis means the treatment with water molecule. Here isocyanate in react with water molecule, the double bond between nitrogen and carbon will break and addition of HOH occurs. We will get the carbamic acid, and after decarboxylation reaction, decarboxylation means the removal of CO2 molecule, we will get amine, here ethanamine as a product. So here you can see in the starting material the number of carbon atom is 3, and in our last product ethanamine the carbon number is only 2, means one less carbon atom as compared to the starting material. Okay, so this is all about Hofmann rearrangement, very simple and very useful rearrangement in industrial chemistry also. So today we discuss the very useful rearrangement. Hope you will enjoy it. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much for watching.